few jobs to do today. I need to get my cardboard out because I've got a little antenna to try and take apart, but it's on grass and I need to put some oil on it and stuff, and I don't want to kill all the grass again. I killed some grass the other day with a load of petrol. I don't want to be doing it again. I don't want patches all over my lawn. Thank you very much. So cardboard, oil, and I'll meet you outside. Right, here's what we've got. We've got an Antron 99. Apparently the sections are stuck together, so we need to get them apart. We've also got a pole with a couple of wing nuts that are stuck or something like that. I don't really know. And also the rings apparently stuck together, so we've got to get them apart. Now, I must have said at some point, I've got a mate down the road, I must have said to him at some point, yeah, you know what, I'll help you out, I'll take this apart for you, no trouble at all. But then I forgot all about it, and he just dropped it off the other day. I was standing on the driveway, and all of a sudden he just walked down the drive with this antenna, and I was like, what's going on here then? And he's like, well, this is for you, you're going to take it apart. And I was like, alright, I've forgotten all of it. No, never mind, we'll get it sorted. And it's been sitting there for probably about 2 weeks now. So let's get it done, because well, I don't really want it sitting around here for too much longer. So, right, a bit of oil on the sections, and then we should better get them apart. Yeah, I do that quite often. Spend more time doing things for other people. Ran out of blooming gas in me EB blast. Right, let me go and get another one. Right. This one should have. Oh, bloody blimey, yep, this one's got some. Right. Got a couple of sponges. Let's see what we got for this one. These are normally fairly easy. Right, so what he's done is he's tried to do it, but this part has come away from this part, and he's split it. It's got a great big crack going all the way down the base. Look, there's a great big crack going down there, all the way down. It looks like I can see it going all the way down. So this ain't going to be a lot of cop really, but oh well. I'll do what I said I'll do, and I'll get it apart. So that's got to go that way. Come on, John. Come on, you bastard. What am I doing it? I'm doing it the wrong way. I'm doing it the wrong way. It's got to go that way. Is it? No. It's got to go that way. Yeah. That way around, isn't it? God. When these sections get stuck, they can be a bastard sometimes. But this one is being a bit of a bastard. I might have to. There we go. That's better. Don't know how long it's been together for. Probably a few years. I've got an IMAX on the roof, and it needs to come down really, but I don't want to deal with it for this reason. Well, also because the fiberglass on that, I'm pretty sure, is flaking. It might not be, but it looks like it is. So I don't really want to deal with flaking fiberglass. Get it all in your hands, and it can be a pain, literally. And anyway, get this undone, and I'll get the other two undone. Get them wing nuts undone, and then I can get this out of here. Let's see what else we need to do today. section. We have got to free up the, oh, I've got that corrosion in there. See all that corrosion? Look. That corrosion. Anyway, we'll have a look at the tuning rings in a minute. Let's get the rest of these sections apart. What's the matter with this one then? This one doesn't look too bad. It's got a fire up stick on it. This is a fire up top for the end of it. Makes it a little bit longer. What way was we going? I've forgotten now already. It's down, wasn't it? Come on. No, that's the wrong way. That's the one. Little birdie's tweeting. Tweet, 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 tweet. To really get the right spanners for this. I wonder why it's not all the way down. I thought we had undone this one a little bit, but it's quite tough. Oh. Snapped. Snapped it off, look. Oh well. Unfortunate. But it is what it is. Right. Right. So, with this one, it's these wing nuts that he wants to be able to undo. So, I should have sprayed these in advance, really. I've walked past this enough times where it's been sitting on the grass. But I've just been so busy doing other stuff, I haven't really thought about spraying them. Well, I thought about it, but thinking about it and doing it, two different things sometimes. Anyway, that one's snapped off, so that one might be a little bit more of a pain. And this one has the same fate. It is undoing, which is always good. Doesn't mean we're out of the woods yet though. Could still snap, either the wings or the threads themselves could still snap. In hindsight, probably could have gave this antenna, the one that snapped here, a little bit of heat, but yeah, maybe, but it is plastic. Well, there's seals and plastic and fibre. Oh, I don't know. It is what it is. Not a lot I can do about it, especially now. This is coming undone quite nicely. Awkwardly, but nicely nonetheless. That went quite well. Now this one's not going to be quite as easy because we're missing one of the wings, and it looks like somebody's had a go at it in the past, quite a long time ago, because where the wing snapped off it is rusty. Oh, that was a lot easier. Ah, that's because it snapped. Yeah, so that's the end of that. That one's stuck in there. That one would have to be drill it out or do whatever, but I haven't got the means for that at the moment. But we can undo this one. Is that part of that? Oh no. I think he wanted to be able to take this pole apart. But I think we're not going to be able to do that because this is the joiner, I think. The one that snapped. That's a bastard. That's a proper bastard. I haven't got any drills or anything here to be able to get this apart. So that is what it is. Oh well, done the best I could do. But this whole antenna's not completely had it because this bottom section is still alright apart from the big crack along it. All he's got to do, well, I wouldn't bother trying to get that out personally. I'd buy a new mid section and a new top section and you've got your antenna back again, but you might as well just buy a bloody whole thing. But apparently the VSWR used to be, the reason why he took this down was because the VSWR used to be 1-to-1, and it was 1-to-1 for a long time, and then all of a sudden it shot up to past 3. He tried new coax, he tested all the plugs, redone all the plugs, so he eliminated the plugs, he eliminated the coax, and the only thing left was the antenna being at fault. So that's why he took it down, to try and find out what the matter was with it. And I said to him, did you try adjusting the rings? He said no, because they're stuck, they won't move. So I was like, right, okay, well, but there must be something wrong with it, because if the rings were in this place and the VSWR was fine for 10 years or whatever, and all of a sudden it's just shot up, there must be something gone awry inside. Something must have come off or come loose. But I don't know. I can't tell people what to do. I think I wouldn't bother with that. I think I'd probably just get a new one, or take it down and get rid of it. I don't know. I haven't got a lot of patience for antennas like this, especially these days. Too many other things to be thinking about. I don't bloody know. Come on. Oh, it's going the wrong way now. That one needs to go on there like that. And that one needs to go there like that. Right, now we should go. That's the way we want to go. Thank you very much. Right. That's it. That ring is free. So is that one. This is a bit of a stiff one, this one, so let's oil up the plastic because that's a great idea. Right. There we go. Right, rings are freed up. Happy days. I've done all I can do with this now. My batteries have gone flat, so I've got to turn on put this one boiling, turn on the battery boiler. Here it is. Yeah, definitely flat. So that one's alright, but this one, because I use this one when I go out and about, but yeah, just stick that one on. This, in this case, is my Yaesu FG897, and I'm seriously thinking about sticking it up for sale and getting rid of it, because I just haven't really got the time to just go and use it, and shouldn't really have bought it, to be fair. I shouldn't really have bought it. It was a bit of a mistake, really, because it's just a waste of money sitting there. And I bought brand new from Wilma, or however you pronounce it, in Germany, the batteries. So we've got brand spanking new internal batteries, both of them. Fully serviced as well, not the batteries, the radio, with a manual, the microphone, the cables and everything. So I'm seriously thinking about sticking it up for sale and getting rid of it, and putting that money to a better use. If anyone here, if you're interested in that, then we can come to some sort of agreement perhaps. Please do let me know. But yeah, that's a serious thing at the moment, because I just don't use it, and it's just money just sitting there where I could really do with it in other places at the moment. So yeah, so 897, cracking radio, and I really enjoyed having it and using it. Yeah, it's just a shame that it sits there, really. Starting to get where it's starting to come down in temperature now outside, and it's not getting cold, it's about sort of 12-13 degrees, but obviously the mice are starting to try and find nice warm places for the winter now, so they go in. It happens everywhere. No, it's just nature, because you've got to think, we are encroaching on nature's, space, and mice and foxes and everything like that. We're like building houses around where they naturally live, so we all got to live together. It's just natural. Obviously mice, they get in everywhere and all over the place, and every year they come in this garage. You get them all over the place. Well, there was a few in here, and I think I've sort of flushed them out, because you don't want them everywhere, because they chew things up. I mean, I don't mind them being around. I don't mind a mouse or a little family of mice. Do you know what I mean? They've got a little family just the same as I've got a family. So I would never want to turf them out, sort of thing. But they don't understand, do they? Because they're mice, and their natural instinct is to chew stuff, and they chew through wires, just things, books, stuff which is a nuisance, really. I'm not bothered about the cleanliness. Not people say, oh, they're dirty and all this. Rats, yes, rats, disease. Mice, not so much. Yeah, they're not particularly pleasant to have around, and I wouldn't want them in the kitchen, for example, but they're just a little animal at the end of the day, just trying to live with a little family. So I do try to be as humane as possible. Anyway, that being said, I put a few poison boxes around just in areas where I don't really want the mice going. Anyway, I think I've not seen any in here for a while now, or out in the garden. We often get the odd hedgehog as well running around, so I've got to be careful with that poison. I put it in a little box where only a mouse can get into, and the odd slug. Anyway, next door yesterday, he was in a frantic. He was out there buzzing around. I reckon they've gone in his garage, and he's had a bit of a fit, because he's one of them sort of people. He can't stand that sort of thing. And he was cleaning everything, brushing everything. Then he was arguing with his girlfriend again. I reckon the mice have gone over there into his garage. I don't know. Thing is, as human beings, we've got to live next to nature. Do you know what I mean? We've got to live together, So, don't mind the odd mouse around, but when they start chewing stuff, which you don't want them to chew, that's a problem. Yeah, winter is coming, and Christmas will be here before long. It won't be long, and it will be Christmas. We've got to have Halloween yet, but Christmas is coming. Some of the shops are already full up with Christmas stuff, which is mad already, and we're only in October. It's like the middle of October. Yeah, crazy. I think the Christmas stuff should only be coming shops on the 1st of December. 1st of December, shops should then open up in the morning on the 1st of December, Christmas stuff. Before then, absolutely not. It just kills all the fun, because it's there all the time. If you have too much of something, it becomes normal, and then the fun goes out of it. Too much of a good thing just becomes normal, then it becomes a bad thing. It's like these, well, I was going to say like Black Friday, but that's a scam anyway, so we'll ignore that. But yeah, crazy. Anyway, you lot, I've got a lot to do. I've been playing around with this nitro car we got here. I know a lot of you don't like it when I talk about nitro cars because I think some of you are just a bit gay, really. But yeah, this channel's not for nitro cars and all this bollocks. I think you're just clutching at straws or whatever the saying is. But I've been playing around with this. I filled it up with a bit of nitro. I put a new bit of foam in the filter. I need to get the original filter housing for it. But as I've explained, if you are a member or a subscriber on my other channel, you'll know all about this. But yeah, I built it when I was a kid, and I'm quite proud of it. That's why I keep going on about it. And come with the magazine series and all that kind of stuff. But I did break it, blah blah blah. Got it going again, and I haven't actually driven it. It's got to be 20 odd years. This hasn't been driven for, and it's now fully operational. And I put a receiver in it. This battery's charged up. That's got to go back in it now. And hopefully, at the weekend, if I get much of a chance, I'm going to go and give it a bit of a blast, give it a shake the cobwebs out, so to speak. The engine's a cracking little engine. The GX12 engine, absolutely fantastic. And what I've been doing over on the RC channel? I've done a couple of videos on how just one of these little simple nitro cars can be so good, so beneficial for young children, because a mechanical knowledge is pretty much essential for day-to-day life as a human being. I mean, you don't realise it, but there's so many mechanical things around, and just because it's an engine or something like that doesn't mean that you can't use that knowledge that you've learnt from that on other things. Bikes, just things in general life. Even if you don't have a car when you grow up and you ride a bicycle to work, having some mechanical knowledge on how chains, gears, tyres, nuts and bolts, brakes, levers, cables, hydraulics if you've got hydraulic brakes, how all that kind of stuff works will help you, because you might ride to work and you might have a problem with your bike, and if you don't know how to mend it, you're stuck at the side of the road and you've got to push it. Or if something happens to your wheel, you can't push it, you've got to carry it or whatever. Whereas if you know how mechanical things work, you can mend it on the side of the road and get to work and be happy-ish, probably. So I really think that these are really beneficial for children. Give them to children when they're young, let them play around with it, enjoy it, have fun with it. But because they're having fun, they're going to be learning all mechanical stuff. And then when they grow up, it's going to be so beneficial. And that's what happened to me. That's why I know that it is important. And trying to instill that in my own children. Even if you don't want to pursue a career in mechanical stuff, you might want to be a lawyer or a judge or a doctor. Still important to have that mechanical knowledge for your out-of-work life. Or it could go into a job. You could learn to love mechanics. You didn't even realise it. You grow up and think, I want to be a mechanic. I want to be this, I want to be that, I want to be an engineer. Something cool. I don't know. But anyway, that's what I've been doing. Trying to make people realise that it is important to have a mechanical knowledge, and sitting in front of a screen all day long isn't as important as people seem to think. I used to put, at the end of these videos, I used to say things like, because I love watching people and seeing how people are and that kind of stuff. And I used to say things like, don't try to make people the way you are. Don't be so judgmental. Just take people for who they are, and accept them for who they are. You can't get along with everybody, and everyone's different. But that's what makes everybody so flavourful. And I've stopped doing it because it just got boring. But I had an email a couple of days ago from someone who must have been watching one of my old videos, and he said, thanks, I want to thank you so much for helping me to realise that I'm such an idiot. When I read that sentence, I thought, oh, what's this all about? It wasn't long, it was only about, I don't know, a little paragraph long. And in a nutshell, it said, from watching your videos, I've learned a fair bit and it's been quite entertaining, but the little speech things at the end made me realise that I am selfish and I am an idiot. I always judge people. I always try to make them how I am. And all this, and I'm thinking, right. And he just wanted to thank me for making him realise that. And according to, I don't know who this bloke is. I don't know where he is. In fact, he didn't even say where he was from. But it made me think to myself, well, at least I've helped somebody. Because sometimes you don't realise the way you are until somebody points it out. Or maybe not even points it out to you to say you are an idiot. you are selfish. Sometimes people don't realise it until they see somebody else mentioning it, and they think to themselves, that's me, you know, that's what I'm like. And then they turn themselves around. Sometimes, not always. I'm not perfect myself. Nobody is. No one's perfect. Nobody. No one at all. But that's what makes everybody perfect. Because no one is perfect. And we can all be imperfect together. If we just all accept everyone's differences. Apart from the real extreme ones. We don't want to go into those. But generally, that's what's great, you know. Anyway, just thought I'd share that with you, because to be honest, I was quite proud of myself. I know, when I read that, because I thought to myself, well, listen, this one person has changed his life potentially from something that I've said, and that made me feel quite proud. I don't know how many other people feel the same way. Maybe I've said something that helped some people change something in their life. It's not necessarily what I'm out to do, but I do try to encourage that, because I just believe that, that's all. You know, we are all different, and sometimes we are selfish and we don't realise it, including me. Everyone's the same. I'll catch you later on, and yeah, I might take you with me actually when I go and give this a test drive. I might take you with me, and you can come and see as well. Cheerio, all the best, love life.